February is a time to focus because by now we have forgotten how excited we were in September. We have been weighed down by the mandates and requirements that we must do, like grading, curriculum work, goal setting, data collection. We are bogged down in parent complaints and students' apathy. We are busier than ever with day-to-day details, and no matter how hard we work, we can't seem to get ahead. We may even start to question, why are we here? What is the point? When we get to this place, we must remember to focus on why we are here. Why do we exist as a school? Why do we come to school each day, other than to get paid? What is our bigger purpose? What is our mission? Our mission may only be 6 words long, but each word is important to ensure that all students learn. Let's look at the word all. We use this word on purpose because we want to strive to get all kids to learn, not just some, not just the ones with great family lives, not just the ones that come to school motivated to do well, not just the ones with average or above IQs. Those kids are easy. Our mission statement says that we believe that all students can learn. So how do we do that? First, we must believe that intelligence is not fixed. Some kids are faster and better in the game of school. We tend to think those kids are more intelligent, but we must remember all kids have talents and the ability to learn if given the time, the patience, and the right game plan. Stanford University professor Carol Dweck has done 30 years of research on intelligence and states that people who adopt a growth mindset believe that their talents and abilities can be developed through passion, education, and persistence. It's about a commitment to learning, taking informed risks, and learning from the results. Surrounding yourself with people who will challenge you to grow, looking frankly at your deficiencies and seeking to remedy them. We as teachers, we are the people who will challenge kids to grow. We must give kids opportunity to take risks, but we can't do that if we don't believe that all kids can learn. Secondly, we must realize that our job is both a science and an art. First, the science part. We must research and read and learn ourselves about the way kids learn. There are books filled with strategies and research that can help us in any situation that we encounter with kids, but we must search them out and try them out. In the field of education, we have compiled enough information about teaching to help any child learn. We just have to use those proven strategies in our classroom. Multiple studies, including Marzano's study in 2003, shows factors that affect achievement of kids. The number one factor that affects learning in the classroom is the quality of the teacher. The second is the opportunities that we provide to learn. You may notice that parental involvement and cooperation make the list, but the effect size is extremely small. What does this mean? A quality teacher is the most effective way to get a student to overcome these obstacles. So if the quality of a teacher make the most impact in a student's learning, how do we measure quality? For that, we have to look no further than the Charlotte Danielson's evaluation tool that we have been using. If you can successfully do all of these components, then you have the tools to help any kid succeed. We also chose the word ensure in our mission. We will ensure that kids learn. This means that learning isn't voluntary, it is mandatory, which is why we allow kids to make up tests and why we provide intervention for students who need more time and instruction to understand the basics. We are also working on personalized learning through flipped classrooms and computerized differentiation. It is why we collect data and analyze it, plus a lot more. We must do everything we can to ensure that kids learn the skills needed to be successful in the world. Thirdly, and in my estimation the most difficult part, is that educating children is also an art form. And although some days we wish it was a paint-by-numbers art activity, it is not. Teaching is an art that requires imagination and creativity. It requires many drafts before we get it right. It requires us to realize that even when we get it right today, we may have to change it for tomorrow, which is frustrating, but necessary. So let's remember when we get bogged down with the details of the day to focus on why we are here. We must think big to ensure that all kids learn, so that when we are doing the day-to-day activities, we know the direction that we are supposed to be going in. And finally, here are your tasks for today. Reflect on our mission and vision by coming up with examples of how you and/or your team are accomplishing the mission and vision statements of our district. Then select one and input it into the Google Doc shared with everyone today. Then analyze your new assessment data. How are your kids doing? What strategies can you use to ensure that your students are learning? Next, Select your next assessment for the March 19th early release day, and finally, use the rest of the time to work on your team curriculum projects. Have a great early release day.